Hello and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Hey, welcome everybody to Positive Power. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and tonight on my show I have Rochelle Rene Davis. She's the author of a book called Wordplay, and she's from Arkansas, a small town, city called Stuttgart, if I said that correctly. Rochelle, welcome to the show, and correct me on the pronunciation of that small city in Arkansas.
That small city is Stuttgart, Arkansas. We also call it Sugartown.
Sugartown. So you should have told me that. Sugartown, I could say that. So how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Great. And welcome to Positive Power 21. Tonight we have you on here to talk about your journey, into publishing, industry that I know very well. My family's been involved with publishing since I was a baby, because my dad started out right out of the military, and when he took that journey, he was an artist. My brother and I followed suit. I think I have cousins, uncles. We've been in the business for a very long time. So how has that journey been so far?
This journey has actually been a 2-year journey. I wrote the book in 2011 in about 3 days.
In 3 days?
Yes, 3 days.
Wow, you must got a lot of story in you. Is that what the deal is?
Yeah,
you know what?
This story is good.
Yeah. Because, look, a famous publisher told me, named Paul Coase, of Black Classic Press in Baltimore. He said everybody has one good book in them, one good book. So that means you probably could write it in about 3 days if you really spent the time on it. Now, did you go around the clock when you wrote this book, or, you sat down, you wrote a little bit, you went to work, came back to it? What's the deal?
I think I wrote this book for probably 3 hours straight the first night. Got with the person and poet Evermore, who has poems that are going to be featured throughout the book, and got some of the poems uploaded, read over it, and started back over the next 2 days getting everything together and making little changes to it and adding and taking away. So I did a little breaking in between time, because at the time I was also a college student.
Oh, okay. Good. Now, Rochelle, before we really get into the book, the real heart of the book, just give us a little bit of your background. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am a 27-year-old young lady. I am the baby of 4 kids by my mom. I'm the only girl, so I'm a little spoiled. Okay, I'm a lot spoiled. I have attended college. My major was psychology. However, I have a love and passion for writing and writing poetry. I'm a mother of 1. I have a baby that'll be 5 years old on Wednesday.
All right.
I do poetry. I write short stories. I wrote plays and songs, so I'm real familiar with writing.
All right. So why you didn't study journalism in college or creative writing?
Honest, not to put my mom out there like that, but when I decided I was going to college out of high school, journalism was actually my first choice. But my mom did not want me to do journalism. She said, you cannot find a good job in journalism. They're hard to come by. You have to move to New York. And she didn't want her baby to go away. So I didn't choose journalism. However, I often wish I chose journalism or English as my major.
Wow. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm the master of employment development also, to keep the lights on. When you're trying to start a small company. I kind of did venture into employment development when I was working with the Urban League. And one of the things I found out was that writers are sought after big time, because every company needs stuff proofread, edited. They have communications department. They have proposals that need to be done, presentations. And if you find out that you have one good person, it's most of the time, if you look at most small agencies or companies, they always have maybe 1 or 2 people who have that real talent where they can write without really thinking about it. I mean, real fluent at it. And those people are so important to an organization. That's one of the big things they're talking about now in the government, just talking about plain language. You just don't have people who write simple enough so everybody can understand it. You know,
Right.
either you're writing too policy-like or you're just not writing correctly at all. And that's one of the problems. So you probably pretty much could have got a job in any industry of your choice. So, Mom, I don't want to put it out there, but I think she guided you wrong there. Because I know even where I work at now, they love to have writers on the team. Always want them. I mean, they're quiet people, but when the show goes on, they're the ones you want to look over your work, right?
Right.
All right. So what do you do for a living? Tell us a little bit about that.
I am a customer care agent for ABC Financial Services. I've been with the company for going on 6 months now. So I take calls all day long.
New job. I know that feeling. Because I had one of those jobs before also. At Blue Cross Blue Shield. Wow, that's not an easy task being on the phone for 8 hours.
No, it is not. It gets hectic, especially when you have high call volume and you deal with a lot of angry customers. But it makes you appreciate and know how to talk to people when you call in.
That's right.
Customer care.
Now, do your company have one of those phone systems where they kind of loop you, where, they got to push a couple different prompts before they get a live person?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say a couple of different prompts. You press one button and it sends you to our queues, regardless of what you press. And the luck of the draw is if you're available, you get the call.
All right. Now, as a customer service person, do you get to spend as much time until the customer is satisfied, or you have to rush them off the call and get the next call?
Honestly, I don't rush them off the call. My call time, we do have a call time that we have to meet, which they increased to 6 minutes. Now, I'm over that 6-minute mark because I try to take my time with every customer, make sure I get everything correct on the account, make sure they're satisfied. I don't rush them because I don't like being rushed when I call in to people.
Yeah, that's right. Now, how do upper management feel about that when you go over your 6 minutes? I mean, is that going to affect your evaluation?
Actually, it has something to do with our, what do they call it? We get marks and we have what they call incentives. So if you're above the call time, you don't get your incentives for the month. But I think I worry less about the incentives and just making sure that when I get those people and they see how hard I worked and took care of them, that they call back in and say, hey, she did a good job.
That's right.
Because that goes on our QA. So I would have a high call time and people appreciate my service, and have a low call time. People say, oh, she brushed me off the phone.
That's right. Now, all this good training you're about to get, because you've only been on the job for 6 months. Now, have you been in customer service for a long time?
Customer service, call center, no. But every job I've ever had dealt with working with the public and dealing with customers. I mean, I've been working since I was 16. So every job I've had to deal with customers, nice and angry and mean and all.
Yep. So it's going to be good training for you because now you're in the publishing world. It's a pretty tough industry. I mean, you can have a really, really good time in the industry because one of the things that customers are going to get from you is being an author. You're being approachable, and being approachable means you're smiling, you're greeting them, you give them the time they want with you because they're excited to meet you. And I'm not sure how long you plan on writing this genre that you're in, but if you stay in it for a long time, you're going to meet some great people, and they're going to respect the fact that you treated them like a real person. So how you feel about that, this genre? Are you planning to stay in it for a while?
Actually, I plan to stay in it for a very long time. Wordplay is a series, actually. It has 2 other books that's going to accompany it. And I got a 4th book brewing in my head. I just haven't took the time to sit down and begin writing on it. But I plan to be in the erotica genre for a while.
Good. Now let's talk about wordplay. Now, wordplay is, and tell the audience exactly what genre you're going to be attacking.
I'm going to be attacking the erotica genre. erotica and a little suspense and drama. It has a little drama in it.
Good. Now, what kind? I mean, how did you write it? Did you write it like urban fiction, or did you? I mean, did you make build your characters up from? I mean, did you recreate these characters from other people you know, or your own experiences, or where did your stories come from?
My story is somewhat urban fiction, somewhat a little truth to the characters, just a little. I'm not going to say people I know, more so experiences of other people I know.
Uh-oh. So your friends be sharing it like that?
No, not really. Some of it is make-believe, but I can admit that there's a little itty bit of truth to it. Just a little.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Tell us about some of your characters in this book.
Well, in this book, you're going to run into 4 main characters, which you're here, Cherie Miles. That is the main character in the book. She is a 26-year-old divorcee, been divorced twice, 2 failed marriages, and she's single. Cherie has been in love with a guy since she was 14, and her and this guy have a chance to reconnect at a local poetry bar called the Chocolate Bar. The guy's name is Jamel Bankston, and he's her first love and her first everything. And they messed around on and off for years, but never took that plunge on having a real relationship again until they meet up one night by chance. You'll see Monique in the book, which is Cherie's best friend. Her character is probably going to be developed a little bit more in book number 2. She has her own issues that not even Cherie knows about. And you get to meet Brandon. Brandon is, how can I put this, a guy that Cherie used to mess with off and on. And he has undying love for her and wants to be with her, but she's not feeling him. She's too involved with Jamil. And he makes the vow that he's going to get her one way or the other.
Wow. Now, so in other words, you was following the style of Zane, because I know Zane is pretty popular out there right now. I'm not familiar with too many other authors, because I've seen a lot of them that come and go, a lot of, self-publishing authors. And nowadays, it seems like romance novelists are really getting out there pretty strong now, because they're writing on a romance. There's not a lot of drama involved, just romance. Now, are you going to hit on a lot of romance in your book? That's something strong, something we expect to see?
You'll see a little romance, but you'll also see drama. There's a little bit of drama, a whole lot of drama in this book between Cherie and her love interest, Jamil. The book is pretty interesting before the end.
Wow.
You'll see a little drama in the second book. You'll see a little drama with Monique and Cherie. They'll have a little falling out about a guy. So it's got a little romance and got a little drama. And you always hope for a happy ending in these books. But
yeah, you do.
This book has a little twist. It doesn't have a happy or sad ending, but it has a twist.
Which is going to help it move into the second book? Very good.
It's a cliffhanger.
So who's your favorite character in the book?
My favorite character in the book would have to be Cherie. And that's because probably I can relate to her a little bit and what she's been through in life and where she's headed and what she's going through with her current love interest. She's smart, but when it comes to love, she's a little dull.
Okay. Now, is she a professional woman? Is she a professional woman? She is? Okay.
Yeah,
so she's on her own, taking care of herself, that kind of thing?
Doesn't need a man, basically, or so she thinks. She doesn't need a man. She's professional. She can have her own business. But she has one hang-up in her life, and that's Jamil.
The past. He's a part of her past?
part of her past, her present, and her future. So
Just won't go away.
he's not letting her leave. I should say him alone.
Whoa. All right, so let's say, how many years you think you like to put into this kind of job before you decide to try something else out? Or could you do it at the same time?
I think I could do it at the same time because I love writing. And writing to me, it used to just be something I did just to get away and, waste and kill time. But the job I have, I actually love it. And it's the only job I've ever been able to say that I love, where I'm working for somebody else and I actually love my company. So I plan to do both of these for a while, but like anybody else, have to learn to get right with the book.
That's right. So Rochelle, you got a lot of so you got a lot of different options out there how you're gonna move the book now. Now you told me earlier before the show started that you're gonna self-publish the book. Were you able to shop it around for a little bit?
I have looked into publishing, or publishers rather, but I did not shop it around a lot. I think I dealt with one person, and that was author Nicole Martin, and I let her do a proofread on it just to see, do I really actually have it? Is this going to be something that I can do? Because I didn't want to be unsure of myself, and I need somebody else who writes these type of books to say, hey, you have it. But we're going to see, because I want to see what self-publishing does, get my name out there, and maybe, just maybe, a publisher might see it and say, hey, we want you.
Right, that's right. Now, I told you early in the show, I've been in this business for a long time. Basically, our company we're a publishing company, but we were actually helping self-publishers get the book done, correctly. We, from the artwork to the manuscript to all the proofreading, copy editing, your heart can pay for. So anyway, our job was to make sure the book went out correctly. Now, we had a chance to work with a couple of Nicole friends before. Now, Nicole, she was on my show before, and I know she writes basically, from her heart and the experiences she's been in. So I'm saying that, have you had a chance to actually have a author that's from the same genre, the erotica world, read your book to really see if you really got it?
I have not. The only person I've actually let read the book would be Nicole.
Okay.
And that was only because of a whim. But I would love for someone from the erotica genre to read it, give me their honest opinion, let me know what I need to do more of, what can tone down in the book or whatever, because I want to be one of the best sellers. I don't want to be just doing good. I want to be a bestseller. I want my name known like Zane or Mary B. Morrison. I want that kind of.
Yeah, that's right. Now, you got the internet at your disposal now. You can do whatever you want with it. I mean, so many ways how you can market, with Facebook. Now, Facebook, to me, has its limitations now because, they trying to make money off everybody. They don't want you to make money. So it's like you're kind of limited with your friends and family, and I mean, even you try to branch out and bring some new people into your world, they kind of say, you already asked enough acquaintances to come in here. So how about LinkedIn? Have you tried the LinkedIn yet?
LinkedIn, I actually have a LinkedIn account. Now, I don't think I have it with this book yet, but I do know that I have LinkedIn account.
Okay, because I just done some research with them for an agency, and it seems like they open things up a little bit with the groups. Now, I haven't been involved with any groups on Facebook, but maybe one. But looks like LinkedIn have where you can actually do a daily dialogue with the participants in the groups, and I guess you can kind of like market yourself and get advice and that kind of thing, and they share events. I don't know, it seems like they could be a more powerful network to me, from my research. What you think?
For marketing, yes. LinkedIn allows you to connect to people that you don't even have to actually be friends with. They can be friends of friends of friends of friends, and you can get in contact with them, put your information out there. And, I mean, so many from what I've seen. So many big artists and so many people who are authors or own their own business have LinkedIn because it helps them to market it better, get it out to more people. Like Facebook, I know I saw one person who I was told to suggest it as a friend. I went to add him and it said, this person has reached its friend limit. I'm like, friend limit? You got a friend limit?
Yeah, wow.
On Facebook?
They must have had them in suspense. They get kind of funny out there with Facebook, they trying to make money. Like, for example, if you wanted to make sure everybody in your circle of friends see your posting, then you can pay a couple of dollars and they keep you at the top of the list, so you won't float down to the bottom by the end of the day. By the time people come home from work, they miss your post. The comment thing, I don't know. I just think LinkedIn has probably reached a level where businessmen and women can probably get more out of it. Like Yahoo. You ever try Yahoo? Yahoo used to be pretty powerful back in the day. Yeah, around the mid.
Not so much no more.
Right, I know, mostly just for emailing purposes. But before, they were great when it comes to getting into those groups, and you can find out the events that's going on that you don't know about. I really liked them at one time. Especially the poetry world was pretty powerful in Yahoo.
Yes, it was, because I remember when I was maybe 14, 13, I was in the Yahoo groups, and they had all kind of stuff. I mean, you had to be careful at that age, but, they had all kind of stuff, poetry and those type of groups. Now, they done kind of dim down the groups. I don't even know if they still have them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, to look into that. But I know, being in poetry, they were doing so much in New York that you could just catch the bus up and, get caught up in a nice poetry event, get a chance to meet all the people that was in the group that were going back and forth, sharing their work. And that seemed like that was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity, to really. All right. Well, we was talking about Yahoo just a second ago, and then we're going to move into talking about what's your next move with your book? Is when it's going to be released? When can people get it? It's going to be available on ebook, Amazon, eBay. Where is it?
I don't think I'm going to do eBay, but definitely I'm looking at Amazon because of their Kindle design where you can upload the Kindle app to all of your devices. I know I have one on my phone. I have one on my tablet. And I think that is a good thing. And I see a lot of people are using it and buying a lot of books.
Yeah.
E-books. Yeah. Using that website. So I am looking at doing it, self-publishing on Amazon, where you will be able to find it. And we're looking at a release date of early June. We're trying to get a release before then. But as you know, in this business, it has to be proofread, formatted.
That's right.
Being uploaded.
So what you got? Do you have a team working for you, or is this people in your personal circle?
Nicole Martin actually sent me over some good people for copy editing. Is what you would call it, copy editing or editing and formatting.
Yeah.
And I chose one. I chose a lady by the name of Tina, who's going to be doing my editing and formatting for the book.
Right.
And that's the team I'm working with right now, will be Tina. But who knows, I might expand.
Good. All right, so you got a plan. So you're looking at June. So now you got to choose your printer. And I know they have a lot of online printers nowadays. I know before you could walk right into a print shop, give them your file, and bam. And then it got to a point where you upload into them. Because I think I was using a company called Lightning Press, and one was called Whitehall Press. And they were pretty good also when we went online. So many guys. And I know a lot of people was using that company. I think it was called Zippers, something like that.
Zippers and CreateSpace.
Yeah,
CreateSpace
so many.
is actually good, too.
Yeah. You got to be careful who you use. Cause I know some of them get kind of funny. So say, for example, you have very, very good book sales. Say your hardback is really moving, and paperback, and somebody contact you from New York and want to buy your copyrights or whatever. Those companies get kind of funny to release your plates, whatever they call them these days, your files that was already press ready. They get kind of funny, so make sure you get a copy yourself and keep it. So you don't have to worry about those guys getting frank. I know sometimes you work with graphic designers, they just upload it for you and they keep it, so you never get a chance to even get a copy of the finished product.
Yes,
Everybody get,
I have been told to beware of sharks in this
yep,
business.
that's right, because they,
Everybody knows that in every business you have sharks, so you have to be aware, do your research, make sure that the people that you are working with understand that, hey, this is what I want. I don't want to be one of those writers that is stuck doing what a publisher wants. I want to be one of the writers that go into there and say, hey, this is what I got. I don't want it changed. I don't want to change nothing. This is where it's at. This is what I want done.
That's right. That's right. Now, did you get a marketing plan together? Do you know how you're going to market your book? You're going on tour where we get to meet you, up in the Maryland area or, halfway? What's going on with that?
Well, I have friends all up and down the East Coast. And when I told them that I wanted to do this book and I wanted to get out and market and do a release party in certain areas, also just do like a book signing. Or a meet and greet where you get to meet the author and, do like a little forum, discussion forum of the book. They opened up their door and said, hey, whenever you're ready, come on. So East Coast definitely will get a chance to see me, especially Maryland.
Yeah, you got to come up this way.
Friends up there.
That's right. Let us know.
Area.
That's right. Let us know when you arrive. I'll be there with my equipment and all. Now, one of the great things about the internet is, putting together a beautiful website. One is interactive. Are you planning on blogging with your fan club? As you build them, what's your plans with web?
I'm planning to blog a lot. A friend of mine, he has a blog that has been ongoing, just random things he posts. But he told me, he's like, hey, get into blogging. That way you can interact with fans. Let them know that they're important, because that is one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of artists. When you get so high up, you forget about the people that got you there. And I don't want to be one of those people. I want to be able to talk to my fans, let them know that, hey, I'm here. I can talk to you. I'm not going to have people send you emails back. If you get an email from me, it's personal.
That's
if
right.
If I tweet you, it's personal.
That's right. Because I was thinking about, because look, at one time when I was doing a radio show back in 2007, it got pretty big. I was up to around 500,000, which was considered big back then, subscribers. And I was at a point where I had some interns helping me. They were doing my emails for me. It was just so much, dealing with advertisers and booking shows and producing, trying to come up with new ideas. It was just too much. You're talking about 3 to 4 shows a night for 6 days. Sometimes you got to delegate. You have to delegate some responsibilities. So as you build your team of supporters, sometimes you may have to do that. So be prepared.
Yeah. I really want to be the one that, respond to the emails personally. I don't really want nobody else to do it. But, once you reach a certain fan base, you may have to say, hey, can you set up this email for me? I'll write it down what I want you to say. At least it's personal.
That's right.
Don't put what you want to say in it, but just put this. A lot of readers I've seen online where you could actually send your readers or people who purchase your books little gifts to let them know, thank you for purchasing this book.
That's
and I thought that was really, really neat.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is great. Now, will you see yourself moving in the future with this? Do you see yourself doing a short play? Because right now, YouTube is really growing where they're allowing people to have up to an hour broadcast now. Do you see yourself doing short plays in the area, just working with a group of cast members and putting some episodes of the wordplay out there?
Yeah, I think that would actually be nice, and I have some pretty good people who attend a university down here, historically black college, who attended that was in theater that are really awesome. Some of them can sing, actually, very well. Wow. They were part of the choir. So I think that acting would be a good thing to do a little short episode, maybe an hour or two, maybe once a week. Just say, hey, let's do a little skit.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea for wordplay. I think that'd be great if you could bring one of the characters of life. You know, your favorite, of course, your favorite character, and the guy that's stalking her, pretty much. If you can bring those guys together, you know, a 2-3 minute piece, I think that'll be really hot for your book, especially if you plan on writing a number of series for this. You know, I can see that being powerful. That's a great idea.
Yeah, doing that would actually bring the people to life.
Yes.
I mean, you only can do so much with your imagination and imagine how a character is. I remember reading Tyler Perry's book for Medea, and all I can remember is that I've watched the plays, watched the movies so much that I could actually hear her in my head while I was reading, hear her talking. And I think bringing the characters to life, they get a look inside of what the character is really actually like. They can see it more vividly and say, oh, that's what that person's like.
That's right. Developing the character. That's big. And that's what's going to bring the dollars one day. You know, their character. That sometimes they forget who the developer is, but they won't forget their character. That is powerful. All right. Now, of course, when this show Positive Power, we always like to bring the positive. But we know when you get good things, bad things come to light also. And you know, we follow you on Facebook, so we saw a little something out there. We was a little discouraged from a few people posting certain things about, you know, the direction you're going in. So, I mean, how does that feel, you know, to you, you know, thinking these people were in your corner supporting you? Or you just, okay, forget about it, I'm just moving forward anyway. They don't pay your bills. What's the deal?
With me, I always would like to think that people from my hometown would always support anyone coming from there that's doing good because it's so small. I mean, this town is like everybody knows everybody. It's small. Rarely do we have someone coming from that town that's doing big, great things. But for me, I know, coming from a small town, how it is. A lot of people don't support you when you're doing better than them. So for me, it was kind of like, hey, it doesn't matter what you think, how you feel. I got the support of my family, my real friends, because this person was just an associate anyway. So I got that love and support. I don't need your approval. I don't need you to buy the book. I mean, it's other people. Whether you're not buying the book, it's one person that will buy the book.
Wow. So it looks like you're just saying, hey, you're moving forward anyway. You can get on the train because it's moving anyway, right?
Or as we say, either roll with it or get rolled over. It doesn't really matter. My cousin always told me, one monkey don't stop a show.
That's right. That is true. That's a popular one right there too, no matter where you're from. But yeah, I mean, shucks. I mean, now when you was deciding which direction you want to go in, did you wrestle with that idea for a while? You know, were you thinking how people were going to perceive that? What were you thinking at the time?
Honestly, I never thought I'd have people who were going to receive it because a lot of people who know me know I'm like outspoken. They know that talking about sex and relationships is not a problem for me. So most of the people I knew would accept it, and I kind of worried the most probably about my mom. But when I told her about it, she was supportive. She was like, now I'm not going to read the book, but I buy it, but I'm not going to read that. I'm a Christian, I'm not going to read that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is you got to, you know, I mean, it's just me thinking, you know, and a lot of people I noticed it's like that too. You know, you gotta be real in this world. You know, you gotta understand what's going on around you in this world, so you can, you know, if you gotta choose to, you know, protect your children, you gotta know what's out there. You know, if you pretending that it's not there because you're blocking it out, next thing you know, it falls in their lap, then you're not going to know how to deal with it because you can't explain it. So, like they always say, you gotta know your enemy. You gotta understand what's out there. You know, and I mean, the thing about it is, even as a Christian man, you know, I feel like raising my kids right. You know, sometimes I gotta know some new tricks for old girl. Old girl don't want the same old all the time. So you gotta learn something. You know, yeah. So sometimes you gotta keep it hot. You know, so you know, my opinion is, you know, people just gotta look at it like a grain of salt. It's just another substance in this world. You just got to understand it. You cannot always receive everything, and of course everything's not going to be accepted. And sometimes you can't waste all your energy trying to explain to people the direction you're trying to go, because sometimes you're trying to teach people things, you know, things they don't really understand. Because that's one of the main problems with man and women relationships sometimes because they don't know how to communicate and they don't know how to be physical with one another.
That's right.
Yeah. So, you got to do your thing. Do you, right?
Yeah, to me, it's about being true to myself and who I am. I mean, I grew up reading erotica books, basically. And a lot of things I say, had I known now what I knew, what had I known then, what can I say, when I was a teenager, what I know now, I don't think a lot of the choices that I made in relationships or things that I did personally, I probably wouldn't have did. But I learned. It was a learning lesson. But if I would have took the time and actually probably read more books on things like this that I have going on, erotica, wordplay, I probably wouldn't have wasted my time on some men. I probably would have just been like, hey, you know what, this ain't going to work. I need to move on. But,
so you learn yourself.
A lot of years.
Yeah, so you learned yourself. Now, are you involved with a relationship right now?
Yes, I am. I am in a relationship.
So how's it going?
It is amazing.
All right.
Me and him have known each other a long time, since high school, so we've been pretty cool for a long time, and he's amazing, very supportive. And actually, he is the poet that you will see in the book.
All right, great. Because this second part of our company is uncovering Mr. Right. We helping women try to understand Mr. Right. The guy they're looking for. In some cases they have him, but they still don't really understand him as a man. Because some women didn't grow up in a household with a man, and they didn't have brothers, so some things are kind of mysterious to them. Now tell us a little bit about your family background. Are you the only child?
I am the only girl. I
have
only
3
older brothers.
Okay, so you got experience, so you should know how to handle a boy then. Things should be going super well.
I used to tell men all the time, hey, I got 3 older brothers. You can't put nothing past me. I done seen it all. I done heard it all.
That's right.
Can't put nothing past me.
That's right. So now this guy, would you classify him as your Mr. Right?
He is my Mr. Right.
Now, how many Mr. Rights? Let me ask you this before you go on. How many Mr. Rights would you say you've had, in a lifetime so far?
In my lifetime at 27, one.
One. And this is the one.
This is the one. This is it. Other ones, I say I was young and dumb, and I thought I knew what Mr. Right was, but I didn't know.
So they were learning.
I had no clue.
So they were experiences. That's all. They were just experiences. All right. So, Mr. Right. Now, you guys walked down the aisle yet? Did you exchange rings?
We have not exchanged rings yet. We haven't walked down the aisle yet.
So it's in the future.
Yes, it's in the future.
All right. But it doesn't depend on how well a book does. It's just, what's the deal? What you guys waiting on?
It doesn't depend on how well the book does. Actually, we decided that we were going to wait. We weren't going to rush into marriage. As I said, I was married before, and I didn't want to rush. I think rushing into marriage is one of the worst things that you can ever do in life.
That's right.
I know some people get married after 3 months, and it works for them. But for me, I wanted to wait until the time was right, and I wanted to make sure that I had everything in order because financially, weddings can be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And it can get to a point where you're spending all this money on a wedding. 2 months later, you're like, I can't stand you. I want a divorce. I don't want to be with you no more. Anything like that. So for me, I decided that we could wait and get ourselves together and make sure that we had everything in order before we got married.
We're going to finish up the program. We just want to tell my audience where they can find your book and where they can find you if they want to try to get in contact with you. You don't have a website up yet, do you?
I don't have a website up yet, and it is surely coming, slowly, but it's coming.
Yeah.
If you want to get in contact with me, you can always find me on Facebook at Rochelle Rene Davis. Search my name. I'm there. I think I'm the only Rochelle Rene Davis that you're going to find. But definitely you can reach out to me. As I said before, books should be on Amazon early June. And I'll be posting up on Facebook as soon as it drops and hits so you all can get your copies.
Good, good. And Rochelle, you spell your first name Rochelle, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. That's how you guys can find her. And like she said, wordplay will be out soon. I'm sure you'll hear some more, some things out there about her coming to Baltimore to market the book and do a big signing here, featuring Nicole Martin, right? Nicole gonna help you put that together?
I am hoping that Nicole does. She told me anything she can help me do, she's ready. So we're ready to get this ball rolling, and I have to give major props to her because without her, I think that this book may be sitting in my vault for 3 more years.
Yeah, Nicole is something special, that's for sure. All right, we want to thank you for coming on our show and spending some time with Positive Power 21, and we hope that your continued success. And I appreciate you telling us, letting us into your world. All right.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. That's Rochelle Rene Davis, the author of Wordplay. It's coming soon, so you look out for our website. You check out our site. We'll be featuring a number of things on Nicole and Rochelle as they plan for Rochelle's coming to Maryland. All right, everybody. So continue to listen to our website at www.positivepower21.org, where we bring all the authors and exciting entrepreneurs to you. Don't forget about Uncovering Mr. Right on our sister site. That'd be uncoveringmrright.org, separated by hyphens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and we'll see you on the flip side. Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.